this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I'm going to paint a fun design with a round brush. It's actually number 8, a round brush, a Princeton art brush. And then I'll be using a number 12 flat brush. It's a plaid one-stroke brush. Thicket green, Wicker White, Happy green, berry wine, moon yellow, and I will be using magenta. All these are folk art paints, and some of them are enamels, some of them are the multi-surface, and yes, I do mix them together. Alright, so what I'm going to do is start with the design that I'm going to be painting with the flowers is using the round brush, and I'm going to just fill the bristles with the berry wine. Alright, then I'm going to tip them into white. Just tip it in some, not anything specific. And I'm going to place the brush on my bottle, and I've got it pressed down, and I'm trying to wiggle it some just to get the bristles spread out a little bit. And then I'll push it up and pull back and pull up. I'm going to repeat this process. I will push the brush down, push it up, and pull it back. Now this time apparently it did not fully work, so let's do it again. I'm going to go ahead, I just cleaned out the brush because I did my samples, so I'm thinking that the bristles are wet and weren't spreading out as nicely as I was hoping, but we'll just keep working on it. It's not a big deal. Alright, so press it down, brush is pressed down, kind of wiggle it some, press it forward, and then pull it back. Now, if it did that, I'm going to do it again, and it's okay because the more I do this, keep in mind, I am putting a thicker coat of paint on this too. Now on the big one here, I'm going to do more brush strokes, petal strokes, just to make it a little bit wider. Continuing to dip and put it into the berry wine and then tip it with the white. Go back over here, push my brush up, pull it back, and pull it down. Very simple. I think it's a very neat looking petal. Alright, so I'm going to continue on here. What I'm going to do, I don't want to try to make them too big, but I'm going to make some more using this color first. I'm not finished with each one, but I want to do some other ones with this color before I move on. I'm trying to make this one not quite so full, be more like my buds. And then I'm going to come over here and do the same thing. So I'm pushing it down. You see that? Pushing it down. I give it a wiggle, spread it out some, and then pull it up and pull it back. And again, I'm not intending to make this be a big one like the first one I did. So I'm going to just kind of do it like this. And then put it down over here, spread it out. And you can run it back and forth a little bit like I just did in order to, get the tips a little bit more open. Then I'm going to, not even going to wash my brush, I'm going to tip it into the magenta, get it covered with magenta, okay, and tip it into the white again, and I'm going to come back, oh I did, I got it on my paper, something doing with bottles and such you got to watch. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to push it down just like I did before, push it forward, and bring it back down. I wasn't too sure on this with doing it on the glass if it would work very well because a lot of times it scrapes the paint, pulls the paint off, but I think it's working rather well actually. Okay, I'm going to do that, push it up and pull it back. But I'm going to leave some of the darker showing. I'm not going to go down that far. And on this, I'm going to do kind of the same thing, pull it up, pull it down, and then I can come over here, kind of try to fix up a little bit where I rolled my bar, just like that. So I'm not completely covering it. And like I said, I am tipping it into the white. Sometimes it's not as easy to get it to pick up on, but you know, as long as you can see a difference between the two, that's the main thing. And then I'm going to do it like right here and then pull it back. I might push this up just a smidge more. Alright, so then I'm going to just put some white on my brush, and I'm going to go up here in the center and pull it down. Not going to do a lot of it on each one, just a little bit like that. I'm going to do that over here. I've got some white on my brush, so I'm just going to come up here, spread it out, push it up, and pull it down. Just giving it some extra color to it. Do the same thing. I'm going to turn it, push it, pull it, and bring it up. Just like that. So there you go. You got the flowers, the petals for the flowers. I'm just working in threes. I'm going to switch over to my flat brush and start putting in the greenery. Now on this, you'll see that I can go like this and get the green in here and move it over here. I can tip it into the white a little bit, tip it into the yellow, and basically what I'm going to do is pull the stems down. And I'm just painting on this, showing you how to do the design. And you know, if you don't want to paint on glass, you don't have to. You could paint this on any surface that you choose. This is just what I'm choosing to do to create the designs, wipe them off, and continue on creating designs that I can show you how to do. Hope that makes sense. Alright, so then when you put in the base for these, you actually can do, do a little, little structure like that if you want, so that you're actually making a good base. And then if you want to do this, you can actually even turn it this way and tip in more of the darker green, like that. Continue it on. It's fine. Then you can, if you want to use this brush still, you can do, pull down some of the little strokes here, which I like to add. But you can pull them right into the first stroke that you made, the C shape if you will. And even pull them down like that if you want. If you feel the need to go over it again, you can. Just to kind of fix it up some, but I like it actually looking like it's going into it or coming out of it. To me, that makes a nicer look. If you don't like this style, you can make it like this a little bit with the strokes. Or you can just do bigger strokes coming down from it if you want. However you want to do it. I mean, to me that the bigger looks kind of silly. Or you could just do it like this, with not even creating that stroke, base stroke, and just have them coming in, from the flower to the stem, like that. Maybe you can create a kind of a leaf that comes out from here and pulls into it, like that. However you want to do it. You can also turn these around to give them maybe even some yellow and white coming through it. Just tap it lightly, go back over it, and tap in some green. And pull that into here. Easy peasy. So however you want to do it, use a smaller brush and do this part. You can even use a script liner or something to that effect if you want to do it smaller. I'm just using the same brush that I started with, just to minimize the brushes that are needed for the design. But again, you can, do this however you're comfortable, whatever supplies you have. If you don't have a lot of different brushes, it's fine. You don't have to have a lot of different brushes. I guess that's my point to this. And you can pull it down like that. I kind of like that look with this, this kind of a leaf. I don't know why I keep calling it a stem or a petal. And you can just keep touching on it to fill it in more. Add some white. That can actually give it a different look. Go like that, pull it in. There you go. I can add some white to the one over here too. White has more pigment to it, so it tends to make it a little bit more opaque. Kind of fills it in a little bit more. And here you go. Oops. Get my colors too messed up here. Alright, so we'll go back to this one. I think I like what I initially did on the other ones. So we'll just leave it like this because I really, unless I use something, I can't really thin that out because I made it so big. But we can cover it up. Always know that when you're painting something and you don't like it, there are other options. You can cover it. That's what you need to learn to do when you're painting. I can actually make some leaves out of here, and that covers that up. If I like to do it a little differently, make it look different, that's perfectly fine. And so that's all you need to do. I just like to pull a little stem in there. You can use a script liner brush, whatever, when you're doing that, if you choose to do that. I like to dab in, some other colors with my leaves besides just the greens and the whites. Just makes them look a little different. You can actually pull a leaf like that with it if you want. Just come out and down in here. Or you can come like this and kind of flip it a little bit if you want. As you see, it's kind of hard when you're doing it on glass. Do a lot of flipping motion because it will have a tendency to pull the underlying paint up. But you still can do it. Just have to work on it. And I'm just going to pull a nice long one here. Do maybe a double leaf. You don't have to have the same kind of leaves on all of your items, or even in one of your designs. They don't all have to be the same. As you see, I'm doing different ones here, and that's fine. It just gives it more interest to it. I mean, if you're somebody that's still trying to figure out how to do leaves correctly or how you want to do them, there's just so many ways. And I'm not going to say there's a wrong way or right way because I've seen so many people do them so differently, and they're very nice no matter how they have created them. So I'm not going to be very judgmental on that one at all. I think if you have a style in your painting that you like, then just do it. And people that know my painting know that I like a lot of leaves. So if you don't, you like it to be sparser, then that's what you do. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. What I do is to give you an idea, pure and simple. Just giving you an idea of what can be done, not what you have to do. Now you can also take the time to, with a design like this, take the time in to maybe add sporadically here just some filler filler, vines, leaves, whatever you want. And I might just do that like this up here a little bit. I can come back through here, add some green. I'm sorry, kind of floated off the screen there. Just kind of like that. If I wanted to add them anyplace else, I might just add a little bit over here. And then what I'm doing on here is I'll just do petals that I pull. And I'm just pulling them in towards the stem. And I'll just go over this and do it too. And just keep doing it. And then I've got that. I will come over here and do it. Let's see if I can get it this way. I'm trying not to smear my painting. I'm just, like I said, just touching the brush and pulling it, touching, pulling, touching, pulling, touching, pulling, touching. Now I'm doing the light green, the dark green, and I'm going to come back over here and do it just in a couple places. You can have a lot or a little, or leave it without. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, but switch my brush back and forth. I think my brush is getting to the point where it needs to be cleaned a little. But as you're seeing, I'm pushing, the amount of pressure you do is what will determine how your leaves come out. And also if you're pulling or if you're pulling towards the stem or away from the stem, that will also make a difference. So then what I do once I get the initials in, I'm going to go back in here. Now I have a little bit of the pink in here, which is fine. I want it in here. It'll give it, you know, a little bit more color. But I'm not doing it, you know, like on every one. I'm just doing it on some. And then again, I think that that just gives it, you know, some more color, some more interest. You can just do it with white if you wanted to load your brush with just some white and not have any of the magenta in it. That's fine too. But I'm finding that I like the magenta, so I'm going to keep that in there. And like I said, it just gives it some added color, not just the green. You could actually even do it with a different color if you wanted to maybe add in some purple or orange, you know, do an alternating color. You could do that as well. This is more green. I'll put a little more pink in it, and there you have it. Very easy. And how beautiful. I mean, I think it's just, the bottle's just gorgeous. I love these flowers. Anyways, I hope you like them as well. If you do, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and then after you've watched my video, please watch it till the end, you will see a share button underneath my video. Make sure you hit that button as well. That'll allow you to share it on your social networks with your family and friends. Alright, well thanks again for stopping by. I do appreciate you, and until the next time, have a good one.